Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the Browns' 32-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Mayfield pass. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Now a first down carry by Bell. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ogunjobi on the tackle.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Delpit on the coverage.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2. And definitely not playing the check down game.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let. And this is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 37 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
The Chiefs.
Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They were looking for Johnson that time, so that'll bring up second down.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Mayfield down. Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he will take it. On in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 64 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. What a first quarter. Boom, you're up 3 scores just like that, and the offense clicking.
And they're thinking to themselves, we can totally overwhelm this team. Now flip it over. They're going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
Can't panic here. Talk to yourselves one play at a time to try and get back in.
And that's cliche, but really that's the message. This is still very early on in the game. We're in the first quarter.
If you look at it as down 20, then you almost have no shot.
Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up.
The onside kick recovered by the Browns.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Anthony Hitchens.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Number 13.
Odell Beckham, 47 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Here's Mayfield. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. Boy, still a half-plus to play, but it is a 2-score game. They're going to go onside kick early. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Flush to his right. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 25. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. B.J. Goodson gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. He's having a nice look. Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
The conversion is no good on the fake extra point.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Following the interception, Mayfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 47. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, You might have to go stand on the sideline.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Stopped short of the goal line. A pickup of 2.
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Nick Kaiser there to make the grab. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And the Browns.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
It's now 2nd.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Brown.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Touchdown.
15 yards. And the Browns get a score closer.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a 2nd quarter onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And sort of a 2nd quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a 2nd one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do.
And my good
They don't know my name, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my